discussed about nonlinear filters, particularly order statistic filters we have discussed, wherein we have saw median filter, max, min, along with midpoint filters. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is sharpening spatial filters. Students, sharpening means it is the process of highlighting the finer details of the image. In other words, I can say that when we perform the sharpening operation on the image, we are going to get the edge details of the image. To obtain the edges of the image, we can make use of the sharpening operation. So again, to perform this sharpening operation, we can make use of the spatial filters. So as we discussed, just remember the main objective of sharpening is to highlight the transitions in intensity, that is edge sharpening. And you can find out the finer details of the image, and also to enhance the details that has been blurred, either maybe due to some natural effect or maybe due to image acquisition. Okay, here we have two types of sharpening spatial filters. One is the gradient operators, and the second one is Laplacian operators. Remember, there are two types of sharpening spatial filters. One we call it as gradient operators, which is the first order derivative. So by performing the differentiation operation on the pixels, we'll be able to get edge details of the image. First order derivative operators, they are referred to as gradient operators. And basically these Laplacian operators, they are second order derivatives. So we'll discuss these two topics in today's class. Okay, first we have the gradient operators. So actually here operators means in case of spatial filters, we are going to study about the mask that has to be used to carry out the required operation. So in generally, the gradient function can be denoted as del f, that is del f of x comma y. So it can be represented as a column vector with two values, gx and gy. So actually gx means the gradient along x direction and gradient along y direction, because basically the image is a two-dimensional function f of x comma y. That's why we require both the gradient along x direction and gradient along y direction, and this can be equated to dou f by dou x, dou f by dou y, that is partial derivation of function f of xy with respect to x, partial derivation of function f of xy with respect to y. However, the magnitude of this vector can be represented as magnitude of del f, which is given by square root of gx square plus gy square. So this is how to compute the magnitude. But however, in case of image processing, to compute the magnitude, we just use the equation as m of xy, which indicates magnitude of xy equal to absolute of gx plus absolute of gy. Please try to understand. Okay, this is a mathematical function we have to compute del f and along with the magnitude. But however, in case of image processing, as we are representing image as a matrix, we have some equivalent functions, so that the magnitude can be simply computed as absolute value of gx plus absolute value of gy. Remember, gx indicates the gradient along the x direction, gy indicates the gradient along the y direction. Okay, now the question is how to compute these gx and gy values. So it is very simple. Just assume that you have an image whose pixels are represented as Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4, Z5 up to Z9. Okay, assume that you have considered 3 by 3 set of pixels in the image. Okay, now to compute the gradient along x direction, gx, what we do is we are going to find the difference between first row and third row. The difference of first row and third row will provide you gradient along x direction, and gradient along y direction is the difference between the first column and the third column. So here I can write gx as z7, that is third row values z7 plus z8 plus z9 in bracket minus z1 plus z2 plus z3. Please try to understand the gradient along x direction is the difference of first and the third row pixel values. And similarly, the gradient along y direction is the difference between the first and third column. So now I can write gy as z3 plus z6 plus z9 in bracket minus in bracket z1, z4, z7. Okay. So this is in generally how do we calculate the gradient along x direction gx, gradient along y direction gy. Then later we can calculate the magnitude as the absolute value of gx plus gy. Now to compute the gradient, we have totally three different masks. One, we have Prewitt mask, Sobel's mask, and also we have Roberts gradient operator. So actually they have done research, and based on the research they have found some results, and that's why we are going to study these mask operators. The Prewitt mask can be represented by using these two 3x3 matrices. So to compute gradient along x direction, so this is the Prewitt mask. It is very simple. You can remember in the first row we have -1, -1, -1. Second row it has 0. Third row it has 1, 1, 1. Similarly, for finding gradient along y direction, we are using this second 3x3 matrix. Just if you observe, the last column has 1, 1, 1, and the first column has -1, -1, -1, and the middle column has the values 0. Now, using the Prewitt mask, gx can be computed as gradient along x direction can be computed as z7. Please try to understand this is position of z7 plus z8 plus z9 bracket, okay, minus, as we have to subtract first row from the third row, here we have -1 in the first row values, minus z1, z2 and z3. So we are subtracting the sum of third row values from the first row values to obtain gradient along x direction in the Prewitt mask. And similarly, the gradient along y direction is, as we discussed, it is the difference of first column and the third column. We subtract sum of first column from the third column. That's why here we write it as z3 plus z6 plus z9. That is, this is z3 value 1, this is z6, and this is z9 minus z1. So this is z1 position, z4 and z7. So this is how to compute gy value in the Prewitt mask. And remember, okay, this is the once you are able to find out gx and gy, you can compute the magnitude value as absolute of gx plus gy. And you can also find out the direction of the gradient by using equation as tan inverse of gy by gx, right? Okay, similarly we have second mask, Sobel's mask. So if you observe this Sobel's mask, just compare Sobel's mask with Prewitt mask. The difference is the middle value is 2, right? -1, -2, -1. Last row value is 1, 2, 1. Similarly for second mask, that is to calculate gradient along y direction, we use -1, -2, -1, 1, 2, 1. So now by using this mask, we must be able to write gx and gy. Just if you observe, the difference is, this is Z7 plus now it becomes 2Z8. Please try to understand. Gx is the difference between third row and the first row. First row we have Z7. This is Z7 position. I'm going to write this Z7 as it is. But here, as we have 2, I'll write plus 2Z8 plus Z9, right? Minus, I have to consider first row values. Here we have -1, simply I'll write Z1 plus again 2Z2 plus here we have -1, I'll write Z3. Only difference is here we have Z7 plus Z8 plus Z9. Here it is Z7 plus 2Z8 plus Z9 because of this the center value in the mask. Okay. Then similarly, gy can be calculated as Z3 plus 2Z6 plus Z9, right? This is Z3 value, Z6 value, and Z9 value minus Z1, 2, Z4, Z7, right? I think you are understanding how to calculate gx and gy by using these masks. Once you are able to get gx and gy, easily you can calculate the magnitude and the direction. For magnitude, it is simply absolute of gx plus absolute of gy, and direction is tan inverse of gy divided by gx, right? Then we have the last one, Roberts cross gradient operator. Here what we do is we use 2 by 2 matrix, but you have to assume that these values are these masks, they are overlapped with Z5, Z6, Z8, Z9. Students, please try to understand. In the Robert cross gradient operator, we assume that the mask is overlapped on only these 4 pixel values, that is Z5, Z6, Z8, Z9. We won't consider the remaining values for calculating gx and gy. Okay. So accordingly, if we just look at gx will become Z9. This is actually value of Z9 minus Z5, and gy will become Z8 minus Z6, right? So what we do is this 2 by 2 matrix, we assume that they are overlapped with Z5, Z6, Z8, Z9. That's why gx is Z9 minus Z5 and gy in the Roberts gradient operator is Z8 minus Z6. So you may expect a question on this topic. Explain sharpening spatial filters. You have to explain gradient operators as well as Laplacian operators. In gradient, you have to explain 3 masks Prewitt. Then you have to explain Sobel's mask, and also you have to explain Roberts cross gradient operator. You have to draw the mask. You have to write the equation for calculating gx and gy, and equation for calculating magnitude and the direction of the gradient. Okay. So this is all about the gradient operators. On the other hand, we can also make use of Laplacian operators for getting the sharpening operation of the image. So again, I'm repeating, sharpening means it is highlighting the finer details of the image. That is, we can find out edge transitions, or we can find out the variations in intensity values of the pixels. So in generally, I can say that these operators, they are meant for finding the edges of the image, right? So Laplacian operators, as I told, basically they are second order derivative functions, and the Laplacian operator can be represented as del square f equal to del square dou square f by dou x square plus dou square f dou y square. That is, we use second order partial differentiation of function f of xy with respect to x and with respect to y. This is the mathematical equation we use to compute Laplacian. But however, in the image processing, we use these two set of masks. This is one set we have. This is the second set we have to calculate the distal Laplacian. The distal Laplacian can be approximated by using these two set of masks. This is the first set, right? And this is the second set. So in the first set, the del square f can be computed as 4z phi u. Please try to understand how we are writing the equation. In this mask, 4 is at the center. That's why I'll write 4z phi u. And only in these positions we are finding minus ones. Here we have minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. That's why I'll start writing the equation as 4z phi u minus in bracket. This is position of z2. This is position of z4. This is position of z6. This is position of z8. That's why the equation becomes 4z phi u minus in bracket z2, z2, z4, z6, z8, right? And similarly, the del square f by using this mask can be computed as, I'm saying this particular mask which I'm showing with cursor, it is 8z phi u. But now minus 1 is present in all the locations. That's why the equation becomes 8z phi u minus in bracket z1 plus z2 plus z3 plus z4 z5 z1 z2 z3 z4 z6 z7 z8 z9. The equation for computing Laplacian using this mask will be 8z phi u because the center pixel is 8. I'll write it as 8z phi u minus in bracket. We have to consider all the locations as we have minus ones, minus in bracket z1 to z9, but except z phi u. Z phi u already we have taken, right? So now, after calculating the gradient, after calculating the Laplacian, the image enhancement can be calculated or can be computed as g of xy, so that it can be written as f of xy minus del square f of xy. So this is in case if the center coefficient is minus. The enhancement of the image can be written as g of xy equal to f of xy, that is the pixel value which is at location x comma y minus its Laplacian value in case if the center coefficient of the mask is negative. Means if you are using this mask for writing the equation, then the equation will be like this. Okay. And if the coefficient is positive, here we get the equation as f of xy plus del square f of xy. This is in case if you are using this particular mask where the center coefficient is positive. Okay. This is about the Laplacian operators. Okay. Dear students, in this class, we have seen the concept of sharpening spatial filters. Okay. Sharpening spatial filters, they are used to obtain the finer details of the image. In other words, to obtain the edge details of the image, we can make use of sharpening operation. We have two set of operators, gradient and Laplacian. Gradient is first order derivative and Laplacian is second order derivatives. Okay. So gradient operator can be represented like this: del f equal to gx gy, where gx is dou f by dou x, gy is dou f by dou y. Its magnitude magnitude can be computed mathematically as square root of gx square plus gy square. But however, in the image processing, magnitude can be computed as simply absolute of gx plus absolute of gy. And gx is simply the difference of first and the third row. Gy is the difference of first column and the third column. Based on the mask we are going to use, we are writing the equation for gx and gy. This is the pivot mask we have, or pivot operator also we can say. So here the equation for gx is simply z7 plus z8 plus z9 minus z1 plus z2 plus z3. For gy, it is this column, third column, where we get z3 plus z6 plus z9 minus first column, z1 plus z4 plus z7. But however, in the Sobel's mask, the middle coefficient is 2. That's why gx will become z7 plus 2z8 plus z9 minus z1 plus 2z2 plus z3. And gy, similarly, it becomes z3 plus 2z6 plus z9 minus first column values z1, 2 z4 plus 1 z7. Okay, this is for Sobel's mask. For Roberts cross gradient operator, what we assume is these 2 by 2 matrices will overlap with these four values z5, z6, z8, z9. That's why we get gx as z9 minus z5, gy as z8 minus z6, right? This is how to calculate gx and gy by using different masks. And for calculating magnitude, the equation is going to remain same, absolute of gx plus absolute of gy. And after that, we discussed about Laplacian operators. These are the masks we use. Two set of masks. This is the first set we have. This is the second set we have. Okay, and this is how to compute del square f by using both of the masks. Then finally, to find out the enhanced image, we have g of xy equal to these equations, right? Okay, any doubts? If you have, you can ask me. Students, you may expect a question like this. Explain spatial smoothing filters. There you have to explain smoothing filters, that is averaging filter and weighted averaging filter, along with nonlinear filters. They are median, max, min and midpoint. And if you get the question as explain sharpening spatial filters, you are supposed to explain the gradient operators as well as Laplacian operators. Okay.